guys? I hope you're having a fantastic day. We are about to make a change. So I am currently at Walmart. I know it's been a while since I've done this. We are going to be switching up our rod and reel setup. Now, I know I've been saying it for I don't know how long. It's probably been months and months and months since I've been using that open face reel. But today we are actually going to go to a baitcaster. Now, you have many selections all across. I mean, you can order one online. You can spend anywhere as $400. You know, as little as 20 bucks, $29. I think I've seen some of the Walmart reels that are bait casters go for that. But I wanted to get something around in the middle. My goal for today, I really want to get a good rod, and I really want to get a good reel, one that's gonna last, right? I don't want something that's gonna, you know, cheap out on me. I don't want you know, no Ozark Trail, even though Ozark Trail has proven to have some pretty quality stuff. As you've seen me use the gray open face reel. Maybe looking at a Luz, maybe Abu Garcia. I mean, you're pretty limited when you go to Walmart in terms of the brands. But today I want to give myself about a $150 budget, around there. You know, nothing too big. You know, I'm not gonna spend, you know, I mean, you can spend $1,000 for a great setup, but you can't do that at Walmart. So you know, like I said, this needs to be an all-around good a rod and reel setup, because, you know, I fish everywhere, you know, whether it be ponds, whether it be lakes. You know, I don't throw a whole lot of swim bait, so I'm not looking for a huge rod, but I am looking for something that if I need to fling it and I need to throw it across the pond, that I can. But I don't know, we're gonna see what they have, and after that we're gonna take it straight to a pond. Hopefully it has line on it. If not, you know, I'm gonna have to buy some line. I'm gonna have to do it here in my truck. But that's enough talking. Let's get inside and let's see what they got. All right, guys, I'm here in the fishing section, as you can see. And they do have a pretty good selection. I was looking at these two specifically. You can see this Luz speed stick. It is a 5 bearing. It's on sale for $69. That's the rod and the reel together. And then you also have the Abu Garcia, and that's the Black Max, also a 5 bearing. And both the rods are about a 6.6. I don't like the way the rod feels for the Abu Garcia, but I do like the reel. It's a low profile. For the Luz, it's got a much better pull, but again, the Luz reel, it feels kind of cheap. It doesn't feel quality. A lot of plastic parts. So what I am thinking is, I'm thinking of actually going with a Falcon rod. They do have Falcon rods here. And this one is a 7 foot, and it is an awesome rod. Just feeling that, you can feel the quality. It definitely feels a lot better than those. The only problem is it's 70 bucks. So, which isn't bad for a Falcon, but you know, when you're talking about budget, that's kind of blowing it out of proportion. But stick with me. Let me see if I can find a reel to match this, and we may not go with a combo, but stick with me. All right, check out the looking at the reel section here, and this one right here is what I've been eyeballing. This 7 bearing Abu Garcia Vengeance Tactical. It's got a low profile. It's already strung, which is good, because I really don't want to be stringing this in my car. But you know, you have the comparable 8 bearing. It's actually cheaper than the Abu Garcia. The Luz Classic Pro is only 60 bucks. This one's 69, but that would put us right at our budget with this being 70, with this Falcon rod being 70. And the reel being 70 also. It looks like I need to get somebody to take it out for me, because it's locked in there. But yeah, it looks like the last one they have too, so might have to get that. I'm leaning towards that and the Falcon rod, the Evo. Sounds like a pretty good deal. Really nice combo. Really nice setup for 150 bucks. Let me get a few baits and let's hit the cashier. These, always use these, do really good on these. And they don't have the color Cinco that I'm looking for, so I think I'm gonna try out the Strike King. I was looking at this Ozark combo, and this combo was $52, I think, or 60 bucks. Be sure when you buy a rod and reel from Walmart that you look at the tip. Look at that. You can see how it's completely cut off at the top. That usually happens in shipping, or just people messing with it. Don't be bringing your favorite rod and reel home, or new toy, and find out that it's broken. Look it over completely. I'm gonna grab these baits and my rod and my reel, and we're gonna hit the register. Stick with me. So it came out to a total of about $194. So we did come in over budget, you know, by what, 30-40 bucks, but you know, it's quality fishing gear. And then plus I didn't expect to add all the other stuff, like the baits. Altogether, I think the combo was right around 150, maybe 160 bucks. You know, Luz and Abu Garcia, you know, they're up there in their game. The reel that I ended up buying is this one. I know that I probably didn't show it that well in the store, but it's this one, Abu Garcia. It is a 7 bearing. It's probably a little bit better quality than the Black Max, the 5 bearing. The Luz was also a 5 bearing. And you can tell, I mean, just by the weight, you can tell just by the feel, the handle, everything, the way it spins. I mean, it just seems like a better quality. More expensive too. I mean, obviously this was about 70 bucks, or it was 70 bucks, and then the other, or I think this was 68 or 69. So for the price of the rod and reel combo for the Black Max, all I got was the reel, but I got a really quality Falcon rod. And anybody will tell you that fishes with Falcon, they'll tell you that Falcon rods are awesome. That's enough talking. I got my gear. Let's see if we hit some water. All right, guys, I am here at the spot, and man, this rod and reel combo feels awesome. Again, I know I just picked it up. I don't know if I went over this in the store, but this right here is the Falcon rod. It's a 1-piece, which, you know, I'm not going to complain because the quality is a lot better, but I wanted to kind of go over this right here. What I would recommend to everybody out there, if this is the first time that you're using a bait casting rod or bait casting reel, is you want to set this dial here, which I believe is resetting your brakes, but you want to turn it all the way to the max. This is something that I learned later on after using bait casters for a while. The reason you want to do that is because it's really going to slow down when you're throwing it out there. Then you might ask, well, what does this knob do? So this knob is really just to give when you're casting the bait out there, if you turn it all the way to towards you, if you turn it all the way this way, what's going to end up happening is that spool is not going to slow down, and it's just going to keep going and going. It's what allows you to cast really far. So what I like to do is I like to tighten it as much as I can and then start backwards, right? And you can throw a couple of casts. Now, let me tell you this, you're going to bird nest it. I'm just putting it out there. You're going to bird nest it no matter what. I mean, there's no way to avoid it. Eventually, you're going to bird nest. And I'm going to go over how to get out of a bird nest, but I do see some flashes around here in the water, and I'm going to get fishing. My goal today is to catch at least 1 bass, maybe 2, on this new setup. So I know this place here is really not pressured, so chances are pretty good. I'm going to throw on a Cinco, and let's get casting. Again, you know, I talked a little bit about the line. I don't like the line. It's Berkeley. It's really thick. It's got a lot of memory in it. It doesn't look like it here, but overall, like I said, it could do awesome. But just me looking at it, it does feel cheap. It doesn't feel. I mean, you want a good strong. I don't know if I would go as low as 12 pound, but you do want a good strong, because you're going to be pulling this when you get bird nested, and I'll go over that. As soon as I do get bird nested, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to, being that I haven't handled one of these in quite a long time. But let's let me get tied on, let me get a hook, let me get some bait on there, and let's go for it. So to cast this, what you want to do is you want to put your thumb right here, and remember, this is going to be your training wheels right here, your thumb. You want to be as close to the spool as possible, and the reason being is because you do not want to let all the line out, because that's what causes the bird nest, right? I don't know if you can see this, but what you want to do is you can hold this down, and like I said about setting the brake on this side, is that if you push it down, you let go of it, it's going to start letting out line. For now, I would say keep it to where if you bounce it, you know, you can get line out of it, because that's really going to slow down the spool. So holding this down like this, putting your thumb on the spool, and let's just do a baby cast, right? that was horrible, right? That means that my it was way too I'm gonna turn it back just a little bit. You see, now that I'm moving it, it'll actually let more line out. So let's try it again. See, not bad. Didn't bird nest it there. See, look, I'm already starting to get a bird nest. You see that? You see that? So, well, this is a baby one. This is nothing crazy. So what I do, and again, let me get here over here so you can see what I'm talking about. Maybe put the reel in the sun. Okay, so you can see right there. Look how that's all that line came out, and it means that the line was not released fast enough. It was slower than the spool was turning, so then it does this. So what you can do, and there's hundreds of videos on YouTube on how to get these out, and the best way that I've seen and the best way that I've done is you put your thumb on the spool like this, and you just start pulling. You start pulling and pulling, and sometimes you do a jerky motion like that, but you just keep pulling till you see that there is none. That's why you know, having a 12 pound or 8 pound test, look, see, it's out, the spool's out. I mean, all the extra line is gone. That's why having like a 8 pound test, or you know, maybe a 6 pound even, I mean, you're gonna be pulling and yanking on it pretty hard. So when you do that, you know, it's you might break the line, or you might fray it a little bit when you start tugging on it that hard. But let's try to pitch it further. Uh-oh, look, there you go. Is this gonna be the first bass on the new setup? Yeah, I think it is. Oh, and that didn't take long at all. There she is. Wow, that is a nice one too. Right in the side of the mouth. Check it out. Look at that. Look at that. Mission accomplished. Wow. That is a beautiful bass. Look at it. Look how dark she is. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right here on the brand new setup. All right, buddy. Thank you so much. All right, let's let it go. Look at that. Tore up my Cinco though. Here's another tip. It doesn't really have anything to do with rod and reel combo or today's video, but another tip. These Cincos are expensive. Gary Yamamoto's, or it doesn't matter if you get them at Walmart or Best Buy or Best Buy. It doesn't matter if you get them at Walmart or Academy or wherever. They're expensive. So what I do is I just flip it around. Go through the smallest part, follow it all the way to the top of the hook, and Texas rig it just like you would normally. Cover some of that knot. You know, that's going to definitely help you out on the Cincos living longer. So let's see if we can go over here. See if we can get closer to that tree. I know there's one hiding back there. Now the other thing I didn't talk about is setting the drag. This right here, this little star, is where you're gonna set your drag. Now it may not be like your open face reel where it, you know, where it clicks. I know a lot of the open face reels have that feature where it'll click, but this is where you could set your drag. So if they're pulling drag, you know, it'll allow your reel to let out line, and you adjust it here. You can go all the way to the top, and now you have to hold this down in order to move this. But you can hold it like this, and you can push it all the way to the top, meaning that there's no drag at all. If you start bringing it back, you know, you can start pulling line even when you're I call it bail, but even when the button is up. Typically what I do also, just to give you an idea, is I'll hold it like this. Ooh, something's biting it. Look, see, they're taking it. What I'll do is I'll hold it like this. Oh man, it's a little one. Can't even give a tip. They're already chomping at the bait. Nice little baby bass right there. She was aggressive, man. She wanted it. Anyways, I'm sorry. Like I was saying, sometimes what I'll do is I'll leave the bail open and I'll hold on to the line like this. And the reason I do that is because if something starts biting and then taking off, and this is what I love about this versus an open face reel, is when you do this, you can let out as much line as you want and they're gonna take off with it. Whereas if you have an open face reel, you have to open the bail again. And sometimes you may not have that extra availability of line to open it, right? Because you have to get the line around the bail in order to open it and let them take it. But what I'll do sometimes is I'll hold it like this in place, and if they start taking it, I can really control how much they take. And then if I want to set the hook, I'll just hit it like that and bam, you got it. But I'm always cognizant of how much line I'm giving and how much I want to hold on to it. So let's try to cast it out a little bit further. It's exactly what I want to do. I don't know how long this... Ooh, there goes another bite. Look, see, so I'm holding it here. Let him take it. Let him take it. Let him take it. Where's he going? Where's he going? I don't want him to choke on it. Yeah, that feels like a good one. There we go. Come on, buddy. This way. Right in the side of the mouth. There we go. Another beautiful bass. Check it out. That is nice. That is nice. It's a little dark, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bass. I love how the dark colors are. And this water is really, really stained. It's really, really dark. So usually their environment's what dictates their color. But man, awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, buddy. Thank you. Right back where she came from. Ooh, I see some swirls over there. Ooh, there you go. There's a bite. They're taking it. They're taking it. Where are they going? Where are they going? That's a nice one. It's another nice bass. Okay, all right, buddy. Hold on, hold on. All right, check her out. About the same size. Not bad, not bad. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Thank you, buddy. There goes a bite. They're biting it again. They're traveling with it. That's a little one. He's fighting for it. They are hungry today. Come on. She's bleeding a little bit. She'll be all right. Here she goes. Another one. Man, they are biting today. That's a little guy. You threw away my Cinco, buddy. Those are expensive. I think I might have some other worms in my bag just cause. There we go. Nice little bass. Thank you, buddy. Another one. Let's see how the spool's going. Get out of there. There you go. Oh, that's not bad. That is not a bad one right here. Nice little chunk. Check it out. Wow. That is a beautiful, beautiful bass. Not too bad, about 2 pounds. All right, buddy, thank you. Appreciate it. Belly flop. All All right, I think I got another one. He's taking line. Don't wrap me up, don't wrap me up. Ooh, that's a chunky bass. Uh-oh. He's getting into some weeds. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. Oh, that's a good one. Yep, jump right out of the water. That's probably the biggest one from the day. Oh, ow, 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 ow. All right, buddy. Okay, okay. Check that out. Right there. Look at that. That is a beautiful fish. That is a beautiful fish. All right, let's let it go. I threw it right up against that weed line. And man, she hit it hard. There she goes. Man, that was awesome. Man, I gotta get that AC going. It is hot outside. It's gotta be like 100, 104. I'm sweating like crazy, which is part of the reason I called it. You might be noticing, you know, it's still daylight out, you know, and I usually fish until you can't see the sun anymore, but man, it just got way too hot. And I accomplished my goal. I did what I set out to do, which was to catch some bass on this new setup. And man, it feels so good to be back into a bait caster. Towards the end, I was getting the hang of it. You know, I was whipping it around. I was, you know, pitching it in cover and doing everything I normally do with the open face reels. But when I first started using bait casters, I was bird nesting left and right. I mean, I would get in backlash and backlash and backlash. So what I found worked best was, let me turn the dial all the way to its tightest setting, and you know, and start working my way backwards, start working my way from there. And that's where you find, sooner or later, you're going to be able to tune it just perfectly, where you know that you're going to cast and you're going to be able to control it. Now there's going to be other things that happen, like, you know, you're going to hit something, or you know, you might cast in the wrong direction or against wind and it starts backlashing like crazy. Again, you're not going to be able to avoid it. You're going to backlash sooner or later. So you know, I hope the tip helps, you know, how to get the backlash out. You just put your thumb on it, you know, start pulling it out. And that's why you really do want a heavier line as opposed to something a little bit more finesse, like you know, your spinning reel. All in all, like I said, today it was great. It was awesome. I don't know, I caught a handful of bass, pretty much the same that I catch all the time. And it felt really good. That rod feels amazing. I love Falcon rods. If you used them before, you know what I'm talking about. They're real lightweight, they're real strong. You know, I have a lot of confidence in it. It helps with the casting so much too. It's got the real tiny eyelets, the real tiny little guides, and you know, for me, that's what works for me. Like I said, I mean, to each his own. But that's what I miss, you know, from what I've been using before. And like I said, we did it, guys. We are at a bait caster. As you remember, we started with a little Zebco reel of all things. We started with a little cheap $20, and you know, now we're at about 150. Of course, I could have went to Walmart and spent, you know, 60 bucks, 50 bucks and bought a cheap little, you know, bait caster, but I really wanted something with quality. I wanted to show you guys that, you know, you can still find quality at Walmart, you know, and there's a Walmart next to everybody. And I know everybody has a Walmart app. You can go on there and order it yourself. They'll send it in a giant box or whatever. But yeah, like I said, I'm really excited, really glad to get back into a bait caster. Can't wait for what's gonna come up next. I got a lot more areas in San Antonio that I'm gonna be fishing. A couple more kayaking videos that I got planned. I got a fishing trips in about a week or so. You guys are gonna come along with me, and we're gonna get after it. We're gonna get after it. It's gonna be beautiful weather. I already know. I feel it. You know, with all this rain that we've had recently too, I know the water level is gonna be up too, and it's just gonna be an awesome time. So I really want to thank you guys for sticking with me throughout this journey. Like I said, this isn't the end. This is just the beginning. But thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys on the next one.